that is not you. That is just the ego fighting to stay in the past, to stay in who you used to be, and you know that that is not you and you're trying to make a change. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna be answering a question that someone put on one of my previous videos. Here's the question. So basically it's about what she's asking is about affirmations, and when you're saying affirmations and you get that little voice in your head that tells you like, no, you can't. Or if you're saying, if you're doing the affirmation, I am beautiful, and then like a little voice comes in your head and says, no, you're not. Like all this stuff. Like, one, does it affect your manifestation, or the fact that you're saying that affirmation, is it then going to affect it going into your subconscious? And two, like basically what you can do when that happens. So to start off with, the first thing we need to talk about is what that voice is. And the first main thing we need to tackle is the ego. What your ego is your full self. It's not who you truly are. It's not who you really are. Your ego is like your made up self, who the mind perceives you to be, and who the mind wants you to stay as. The ego is very insecure, very vulnerable, and if there's any opportunity or any like time or chance that you're trying to change who you are, and therefore, you know, get rid of that ego, it then has like all these other tactics to keep itself alive, which is why you end up having this little voice in your head that tells you, no, you can't. That's not who you truly are. But the ego will lead you to believe that it is. All that voice literally just belongs to your conditioned mind. So in a previous video, I talked about how from when you are a child, so from the ages of 0 to 7, you form subconscious beliefs about yourself based upon what happened to you when you was a child, and all the things going on around you, etc. That voice is acting from that place. It's acting from the conditioned mind. It's acting from the beliefs that you formed way back when, or if you've gone it's basically acting from that. It's coming from that particular place. So let's say you're doing a particular affirmation and then that voice comes into your head. The first thing you need to realize is that you are not the thinker. That voice it's not you. Like, it's not you, it's not who you truly are. You are the observer of your thoughts. You don't make that thought come into your head. It's your unconsciousness that makes that thought come into your head. You are the observer. Like, you are the one that is listening to that voice. First of all, having that realization and knowing that is going to help you get that voice so much more under control, and it's going to bring you into the now, into the present moment, and it's going to allow you to realize that voice is not truly who you are. So the first thing you need to do is listen to that voice in your head. Listen to what it's saying. Listen to the patterns. Listen to the things that it's saying. But the important thing that you need to do whenever you're doing an affirmation and that voice comes in, you need to listen to what it's saying impartially. Don't judge it. Don't, try and do another thought to counteract it, because all that means is that, that voice in your head it's just come back around again. You're going to end up being in like a negative cycle. You need to just be the observer of your thoughts and allow that voice to come in. Listen to what it's saying, but don't judge what it's saying. Don't get into a pattern of trying to like fight it and no, I'm not, or no this and but like don't even entertain it. So the more you do this, you will eventually come to the realization that you are not that voice. Like, you are the listener, the observer, but you are not the thinker. You are not that voice. And this is the I am realization. This is realizing that you are more than just the thoughts in your head and what you think about yourself. There is so much more to you than that, and those thoughts in your head are not, they're not you. Like, they're not who you truly are. So as you're like listening to the thought and you're just letting it pass, you're no longer giving it energy. The voice and whatever it is it said, whatever like just came into your head, will disappear. It will dissipate. You're no longer giving it energy. You're no longer trying to fight it. You're no longer trying to fight back at it. It has no choice but to disappear. When that voice disappears, you have to do it to understand what I'm saying. But once you have allowed that, if that voice comes in, and you literally just watch it, you just listen to what it's saying, don't judge it, let it go. In that moment, you will suddenly experience what is known as like no mind, where there's just a period of like stillness, like there's like nothing, just stillness. There's no thoughts racing in your head, there's nothing negative, you're not thinking about anything. It's literally just stillness and inner peace. And when I say that, like, you are not your mind and those thoughts are not you, when you experience that inner peace, that silence after just letting that thought go, you can't, like, that is who you truly are. All the noise and all of that's not who you truly are. And then another way, if that doesn't work for you or you don't like the idea of that, another way to allow that voice, like when that voice comes in when you're doing a particular affirmation, is to get it to like go away and to not give it any energy and to not, and enter into this cycle of you fighting back and forth with this voice. Another thing you can do is become intensely present in whatever it is you are doing in that moment. So let's say you were doing the affirmations in the shower, let's say, and you're washing yourself, whatever, you're doing the affirmations, then that voice comes in and says something that goes against what it is that you're affirming. Again, don't try not to energize it by fighting back. Within that moment when the voice comes in, become like deeply present in that moment. So when I say that, I mean, like, let's say you were just rinsing off, focus on what you're doing, like just become present in the moment, focus on the water on your body, or like the suds like coming off your body, or if you're actually washing yourself, like focus on the actual what it is you're actually become intensely present. And again, you will then enter a gap of what is called of like the no mind, where the thought will just disappear. You'll have inner peace, inner stillness, and then you can go again with whatever it is the affirmation, with whatever the affirmation is. Doing this is something that at first you're probably gonna have to do it a lot. The voice, your ego, the voice in your head is probably gonna come up a lot, and you're gonna be, just either watching it or trying to be very present in the moment to like get rid of that voice. But keep doing it, and it will become easier. Like, eventually you will reach a point where you could be saying your affirmations and this little voice can come in, and you'll probably laugh at it, like, because you'll come to a realization that is not you. That is just the ego fighting to stay in the past, to stay in who you used to be, and that is not you, and you're trying to make a change. And that's why you're having these intrusive thoughts, because the ego wants to remain there. The ego wants to keep you where you were and doesn't want you to go to where you're trying to go. The next part is, does it affect your manifestations? No. So it won't affect whatever it is you're trying to manifest, and it won't affect the affirmation itself, as long as whatever it is you're trying to affirm, you believe more than the little voice that comes into your head. So for example, it's one thing for you to, I don't know, to say the affirmation that I love myself, for example, to say it in your head. But if you deeply feel within yourself that it's not that, then, you know, you still have work to do. It's not to say that the opposite is necessarily going to manifest, but as long as you just persist, like, this is the point of the affirmation, as long as you just persist in the affirmation and your belief in that affirmation becomes stronger than whatever it is that's coming into your head, the affirmation is still going to work. It's still going to change your subconscious mind. It's still going to form a new belief within you that will allow you to manifest whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So don't worry about it too much. Don't, like I said, realize that that voice is not you. Whenever it comes in, just watch it, let it go by. Don't judge it. Don't make any comments to yourself in your head. Just watch it go by. And then, you know, start again, repeat the affirmation, etc., etc. And eventually that voice, like, you know, the little voice in your head, the intrusive thoughts will disappear and you'll be fine. But yeah, just like I said, just one more note on the affirmations. I say this all the time, but just make sure when you're doing the affirmations, you try your hardest to feel the emotion of whatever it is you're trying to affirm. So if it is something like I love myself, for example, an easier way to get you into that feeling of I love myself is maybe to think about someone that you love and allow those feelings and those emotions of love towards that other person. Allow it to build up inside you, and then start to say it to yourself. Then start to say it to yourself. The feeling's already there. You now just have to affirm it. If it is that you're affirming something related to wealth, listen to a song that makes you feel rich, or even just makes you feel happy. Listen to music, or think about a particular thought that will give you the same emotion, or would be like how you would maybe feel if you was in that particular affirmation. That's one way to make it a lot easier. Eventually you won't need to do that because you will believe it already within yourself and you won't even need to say the affirmation. But if you're starting out and you're finding it hard to bring up that particular emotion that you're trying to affirm to yourself, music, memories, music, memories, anything that's gonna evoke that emotion within you. It could be about something else, but then you can take it inward to yourself and and turn that emotion that you have for whatever it is into the affirmation that you're saying. Will help a lot. But everything that I said in this video, try it for yourself. Honestly, try it for yourself. Don't be worried about those thoughts. Don't be worried about them, not allowing your manifestation to come to pass. That is not going to happen as long as you stay focused on what it is that you want. Stay focused on that particular affirmation. Stay focused on what you want, and just, don't listen to that voice. It's not you. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, just a quick one. If any of you have any other questions that you would like me to answer and do a video about, make sure to leave a comment below. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.